right, guys, we're back live for another edition of The Mix Behind the Mic with our special two guests tonight, Mr. and Mrs. Brandon and Jilian Hoffman. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for coming on. This couple just got married a couple weeks ago at the Hard Rock in Punta Cana. I accidentally almost said Riviera Maya because we've done one in Riviera Maya, but we were just at the Hard Rock in Punta Cana. So, guys, I want to hear all about it, but the listeners always want to know from the jump. Let's hear the key moments. How do we meet? How do we get to this point? How do we get on a knee? I want to hear it all. And who starts and tells this conversation? Like,
I think Jill has to go.
I'll start. So I met Brandon when I was 18 years old.
babies.
Well, I was a baby.
Touche. Watch it. I'm older than him. Yeah.
I was at my brother's block party, and he's my brother's friend, so that's how I met him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I connected them dots when we were away, but, and how many years ago was this?
I was 18, so 11 years ago.
Okay, maybe in clutch. Okay. So how long have we been engaged? Or when did we get engaged? Let's say
So we got engaged June 2023.
June 2023. And 2 years and 4 months. Okay. How long do we plan out actually, let's go back. We get engaged June of 2023. When do we know it was a destination? Do we always know? Was there a back and forth? Walk me through this.
There was a little bit of a back and forth. I was fine with just getting married at the courthouse.
Okay.
Honestly, I didn't want anything big. And then Bryn said, we'll do a small destination wedding.
We get along, bro.
But you know what? There's nothing small about it. We had 80 guests. I thought it was pretty big for a destination wedding. But I'm glad he talked me into it.
My fiance would get married in the courthouse tomorrow. Truth be told, I still push things off because I'm going to go so over the top and dubs are going to fly and it's going to be so bougie and ridiculous.
It's hard not.
So that's where
You
I
waited
kinda
180 people.
Really? So that's a question of mine too.
That included a lot of family, which mostly we knew and understood a lot. Couldn't make it and all, but obviously want to be included.
This is such a hot topic because there's a million pros to why you get married in a destination wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, for me, when it's my wedding, we're talking about me personally and I own an event group. Everyone's like, but you have everything here. Like, why would you? If I get married here, I'm inviting 300 people.
Correct.
It's that simple. And if I do a destination, it'll probably be right where you are. In my head, I invite 2 and 1 come ballparkish, if you will, and that changes a lot of things. And not that we want to call out any of your invited people, if you will, but every couple has 25 people, say 26 if we're saying couples, even numbers, that get invited, but you really don't care if they come or not, or however you want to put it without, being direct. So the destination immediately eliminates them people because if they're the iffy B-lister, whatever you want to call it, they're not going to spend the money to come to an island. So Let's start there. So for me, I think that's where I always have the conversation, and I think I want to go away. Your wedding, for me, signified a lot of things of like, damn, this is the move. Where you from, Philly?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, we grew up in Philly, like Northeast vibes, crowd, like the whole nine, and I'm just like, this is the move. 180 to 80 is probably perfect. When Corey was on the pod, we were trying to guess the number, and I'm like, I said 65, and I'm like, I think my cousin who just got married in Hard Rock Riviera Maya, she was 88, I think she said. And I was like, I knew yours was somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. And I started to tell them, I was like, we predominantly do weddings that are 150 to 250, if you will. And when we take these videos of like bangers that have 70, 80 people on the dance floor, like that's your, I guess, average number we're talking about. And then when I'm trying to compare it to your wedding, and I'm like, all right, and I'm looking and I'm like, wait, this is everybody. Like I look around and there's like no one in their seats, and like I got to remember there's only 80 total people here. So having 60 of them on the dance floor, minus some older guests, if you will, and whatnot, like it was predominantly all of that.
Yeah.
There's so many things we can dive in when I try to think about the weekend. And I was talking about not having you guys come on until after the holidays, but I want you to come on soon just to keep it fresh and kind of talk about your experience. But as far as landing the plane, as I say a lot because I ramble sometimes, what was the deciding factor of why destination? Did we look at any places local? And like, just talk me through what kind of gave you you like went with it.
I don't think we even looked at any venues local. We kind of always knew she always wanted Little Courthouse. Not like sad story, but her dad passed in 2020. So it was always, I don't want to have this wedding without him. And we were like, okay, well, then Liv was born in 21. And we were like, well, we could do a destination wedding. Whoever's going to be there will be there. We get married. It'll be a great time. It's a vacation for Liv. Liv's there. It'll be great. And you can, don't get me wrong, save a little bit of money. Like, sure, obviously, it's expensive, but it was definitely.
We talked about this, and it was something I was very interested in because I know a lot of stuff around here. I have no idea what them stuff are. So with that being said, I think it's a no-brainer to say you're literally spending double if you were having it at home.
Or more.
Easily, right?
Triple.
Like that's.
It depends. It depends how many people come, where you get married at. We know somebody who recently had a destination wedding and they paid like double.
They paid double even on the destination, but they went to it. We had a lot of perks due to our wedding planner and the resort itself. They offer a lot more when you have the bigger the wedding.
Sure. That makes sense.
But yeah, no, I think we made the right move.
For sure.
Truthfully.
Okay. So we're going destination. How many places did we look? How did you get to the Hard Rock? I know you went there, but you already booked when you went there at that point.
Yeah.
Right? So again, when I talk about people listening to this and if they're considering destination weddings, like there's 2,000 places in the Caribbean you could get married at or whatnot. Right. So
first you're trying to narrow down
a country.
Right.
Like where do you start?
You can go to Mexico. You could do even like St. Lucia. You can go anywhere. So we narrowed down that we liked Punta Cana. We were there in 2020, actually like 2-3 weeks after her dad died. And we went for 5 days. We had this trip planned. It was amazing. And we were like, we love the service. We love the whole area, the vibe.
Not at Hard Rock, right?
No, this was at Excellence in El Carmen. El Carmen. And we knew it. So then when it came time to get information, we're reaching out to resorts. There is so much information they flood at you. They're just giving you the full brochure. Boom. Here it is. This is our wedding stuff. Here to go. And we're like, and then we're asking questions and we're getting like a 3, 4, 5, 6 day response times, which is normal.
Right.
Jill's girlfriend from work was like, why don't you, this girl Melissa is like, this is all our family trips. She's amazing. Yeah. So we ended up getting linked up with her. She was.
Shout out to Melissa because I have good vibes of her. What's her?
Melissa Esposito, Vacations by Melissa.
Vacations by Melissa.
An angel sent from above. She went, any kind of emails, she was right on top.
She was on point with me with everything.
We were having video calls and she was recording stuff.
Her video of the recording, I'm not going to lie, I was almost like, this is crazy, but like super informational. And like, I just thought it was like, she put time into it. So definitely kudos to her.
She simplified everything.
Was she the suggestion for Hard Rock?
So she sent us, based off of our like first initial call, like the location that we were thinking of, she sent us 3 different resorts.
Due to our guest list.
And then Mexico, Punta Cana, but we just had a better experience at Punta Cana versus like we went to Cancun and it wasn't the best experience. So, and we already knew we liked that. So we narrowed it down to Punta Cana, and then we've heard such great things about Hard Rock, so we ended up just going.
It was on the list.
Yeah.
She's like, it'll be the way your size of your wedding guest list right now, they are more than accommodating. It's big. They have everything. And it's a very big resort. Very big.
I knew the second you told me there, I was getting a golf cart. And I've done this before. My fat ass was not walking that resort all weekend. Like, I knew that.
You drink 12 beers during the day, you eat a nice sandwich at
Right,
lunch,
right,
and then
that
you
walking,
walk,
anything,
2
yeah.
miles to the
You
beach.
don't
Touche.
feel guilty. You walk it off.
Touche. So when do we book? Do you know? Ballpark me?
We put deposit down on the room, so we reserved the room block. We got 50 rooms because we assumed 100 plus people.
Right.
Plus there was a price increase on the deposit number. It was like $100 a room up to 50 rooms. Anything after that, and Melissa was like, "Just get 50."
And we'll go from there.
Yeah, don't even. And then if we need him, we'll get more. It's easy.
Yeah.
We probably did that in January of 24.
24. Yeah.
Yeah, because about January, then we locked in a date. Same thing, another deposit with the wedding venue. And we just started rocking and rolling on save the dates.
So we knew the final payment was for our guests was going to be due. What was it? July of this year.
July. It was 4 months before or something.
4 months before, and then they had to have a deposit.
Okay. When did you go to do the visit?
We did that this May of 25.
15 months post.
Oh yeah, we already had, which actually was one of my biggest fears. And we're on the plane, and I'm like,
What if we hate it?
Yeah. That's all it did cross my mind.
That's why I was curious how soon from, I thought you were going to say May 24, not May 25.
no, it was,
Okay, so May 25.
we kind of got advised. Melissa was there in February, I think, before that. And she's like, I was there. It's amazing. You really need to go see. You can pick out your location for the reception. You can pick out your ceremony spot. And it was actually funny because she originally wanted indoor there. Indoor reception. She was like, I don't want to deal with the wind. I don't want to deal with rain. I don't want to deal with anything. And when we went there and we did the site visit, we walked up to this terrace, this rooftop
You got married.
where we got married, walked right up, and it was like midday, but like looked out, and I'm like, I looked at her and I'm like, I think this is it. She's like, I think you're right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's funny because I really need to like relive the day for a second and walk through this, because actually, let's go back. And it's funny because I assume you guys are going to listen to Corey's pod because he talks about you guys, but like we talked about the plan of the welcome party. And I actually always use the line of expectations versus reality in the pods of it wasn't the expectations that you ended up wanting to be. And me and Corey said, like, you know, the welcome party was going to be at a pool bar, high tops, pool vibe. And
this pool like overlooks, it's got like an
infinity pool. Like we were, our place was, our room was very close to that too. So we're like, this is great.
Oh, nice.
And like, you know, we went into this conversation, what we were talking about in the pod was simply, you know, as far as like music and this and that. And obviously now that we're sitting here talking about it, and again, we're not even focusing on you, sir. We're really on her, because I know, and I'm in this business, and like, you know, we're always going to talk and care more about the brides and the grooms. Let's just be honest. But like putting myself in your shoes, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I just wanted to give you a hug in that moment of like, we've been planning this whole thing to be outside, beach vibes, blah, blah, blah. And in the moment, all I kept thinking about was, who cares? Just don't let it ruin tomorrow. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset. So it changed. We're not there yet. We're not there yet, because that's a very important part of my factor here. So we're supposed to be outside pool vibes for the welcome party. It winds up raining. And let's also tell people that if you were watching the weather, which you probably did all day, I thought it was only supposed to rain for like an hour, and it's supposed to be done by like 5 or 6, and that's when it was started. And it was like it rained all day and all night kind of thing. So that comes inside, And in my honest opinion, in the moment, I'm like, I don't want to say that it sucked. It sucked for the mindset of what your expectations were. But realistically, it was, and I think you even mentioned to me, like, this was something that was like, I don't know if you said thrown in, or it wasn't like you guys paid a ton of money for this thing that didn't wind up happening the way you wanted. So at that point, it is what it is. You get people together, you get some pictures. P.S. Side shot, one of my favorite pictures of your entire trip is you on the wheelie. 100%. 100% wheelie. We'll have to mention it. We'll have to put that on here right now. But that's like, if we take anything away from, that's the visual I have from that night.
But like even our wedding coordinator there, Alejandra, she was phenomenal. We were looking at the weather. She sent out 2 messages. One was at like 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Saturday.
So you have until it's like 4 hours. Once we get the approval for the vendors, that's it. There's no money back. And if it rains and they had to bring everything in, it's all extra charge, all that. So we were like, okay, fine. She messaged us at like 8 a.m. Hey, forecast doesn't look great. Let's just deep breath. I'll talk to you guys in 4 hours.
Okay.
Awesome. 12 o'clock came and we were talking to her, and she did advise us that we're on the phone. Apparently the location that is not the right one. And she sent us the right location to look up, and it did call for weather. And we were like, okay, look, it's going to rain all night. Let's just move it. She was like, it sucks, and they were like they were going to throw in like stuff.
So basically, if we decided to move the welcome party indoors earlier, we could have exchanged the bistro lights for like drapery, since it was going to be inside. So since we didn't do it early enough, we didn't get the drapery, but
okay.
I thought it was fine.
You just get the black shell. So if you want the indoor, I mean, you're talking about like, you want wood floor, dance floor, you want the drapes, you want everything is.
So this all is boiling up to where I'm getting at to one of my main questions, but let me side note and tell you, if you don't think I walked in every single wedding that night to see what I was looking at and comparing to, because there was 2 or 3.
There was 3 that night.
I walked in all of them. I just wanted to see like, was there a dance floor? Was there drapage? Was there lighting? Like, what did they?
Right.
And my first thoughts were, what was their plan versus, and again, let's also go back again real quick. In my head, Friday to Tuesday, I think, was what a lot of people did for the trip. And in most cases, I would think, some people would think the wedding's going to be on Saturday. And then Jill tells me a story that this is King of Sunday Fun Day, so we're going to do a Sunday wedding, which winded up being way better.
Goodness, we did.
Right. That's when you told me this later on, I was like, wow. Like,
I did get that from Julia.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
She goes, look, we can have it on whatever day. Why not do it on a Sunday? And I'm like, I love that.
So now let's get to the wedding day. And again, I'm building up for this massive question, but like, okay, so wedding day's here. We had a hiccup the night before. We don't give a shit as long as we get through.
We talked about it that night. You're like, let it rain all night.
And
let it rain all night. And then
It
tomorrow, nothing. We were like, I was like, I agree.
The day, now I'm trying to like relive this. The day of the wedding for me, I wanted to watch football, prep some music. We went to the pool for like an hour, and I was like, it just looked like, and first off, the whole week over here was beautiful skies, and over there was cloudy as shit. Whether it rained or not, there was clouds.
Yes.
And it could have been 100 miles away from us, but like we visually saw it. So I'm going into this and I'm like, no way, like it's not going to happen. So I get dressed, we do sound check, clear skies, nothing. To my knowledge, and you guys will probably remember this more than me, you all get there, you walk down the aisle, there's no rain, to my knowledge. The second you are inside, the bald head feels it before anybody else, okay? I'm like, here it comes. And in my head, I'm just like, they're inside during the ceremony. And the next thing that goes through my head is, this is some quirky way, or we'll say dad, mom, if you will, of, haha, she said something about it inside. And here we are because it's raining inside.
Yes.
So 5 o'clock ceremony, I think.
Yes.
5 o'clock ceremony, 5:03, it starts raining.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 5:06 because her
Touche.
I was on time.
My cousin was supposed to get married at 5:00. She walked down the aisle like 5:40. Okay, at Hard Rock Riviera Maya.
Oh no.
Okay, so yes.
You're messing with sunset.
So all was June, so they were
Oh,
all right.
okay. That's good.
So ceremony's fine. By the way, we talked about what is Tom Casey's wife, girlfriend. What's her name?
Lindsay.
She's your officiant.
Yes.
First time.
Yeah.
Okay. We were talking about officiants and first timers, and I brought her up, and I said, she came early. She like went over everything. She prepped everything with us.
Amazing.
Very thorough with stuff. Asked questions, and she was great.
She took us out she wanted to go to dinner, and she had, I'm not kidding. We thought it was like this little powwow. We went to Sweet Lucy's, and she's like, okay, Brandon, you can just walk and leave. And I'm like, what? She's like, I have to ask Jill questions.
And this is why I say I love when people have friends. It's more personable. If you had someone from the venue or something, it just wouldn't have been.
Yeah, it was Brandon's cousin.
Yeah. So it's just like I said, I'm a big fan of this stuff. Wait, she's your cousin?
Yeah.
So Tom's part of this just
Tom.
from her? She
Married.
married into it. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know why I thought like Tom was the boy and kind of thing. Okay. I told you I've known him like my whole life. All right. So it's now raining, spitting, if you will. Not raining, but a light drizzle, if you will. It's 5:20. The ceremony is over.
And the ceremony was supposed to be on the beach.
Okay. I did know that.
Alejandra moved
Okay.
it to the gazebo for us because the gazebo was open, which
You got lucky that you picked the Sunday again.
Because
if it was Saturday, that probably wouldn't have
if it was in that black room, I would have been so upset.
As you should have. So this is leading me up to 5:20. It's over. Ceremony. 6:00 reception starts. I'm assuming you guys are doing some like pictures or something with Mary at this point.
Yes, we went up
Post
to her.
ceremony. Okay.
we came up to the terrace. Alejandra wanted to get pictures up there,
Right.
just in case.
This is my main question that I'm leading to, because when I tell you I'm like vividly there, it's 5:59. Actually, they came up like 10 minutes late, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I got it's 6:07. No one's upstairs yet, and it's still raining. And this is my question. I don't care about your answer, Brandon. I want to know hers. I don't know how you plan for a year and a half and envision you on a terrace outside, and at 6:04 p.m. I'm in your head of how are we here? What do we do? This is it. And like, again, I consider strongly doing a destination, but like, again, if it was Saturday and I was inside, now, are you spending an extra 10,000 because you don't want a blank canvas because you're going inside? Is that an option at the time? But like, it's got to be the biggest fear from any listener that's thinking destination. I'm going to book something. I'm going to have this vision for 15, 18 months. And then night of. Now, before you even answer this, let's let the people know that at 6:10, when we let everybody upstairs, there was not another raindrop for the rest of the night. And it was the most beautiful weather ever. And we wiped some seats down and it was perfect. But again, Dad and Mom will call them here, like all the, praise in the world of, you guys got so fucking lucky, let's say.
We did.
But I just need to know again, and you did better than I think. Again,
Yeah.
most people weren't upstairs yet. I was. So like, I'm looking at you and I'm like, I'd be losing my goddamn mind. I don't even want to, I'm like, what do you even say to her? I don't even want to look at you. Like, don't make eye contact with me.
I think in a weird way, Jill's day was like, we had such a, I don't know, we had a good day. And then the first look was, I don't know, perfect. And then like we were both able to be together and do the pictures, and like we got all the family pictures. I feel like a lot of that helped.
So when we first went up there, it was obviously still raining, and Alejandra said, why don't you just get some pictures just in case we have to move? And I was like, okay, like I picked everything, honestly, that was set up. I was like, all right, let's get the pictures. And then the rain, I felt like it was getting a little bit lighter. And she said, or we can move all the tables like under the terrace, but then you don't have like a lot of like dancing space.
I'm standing 10 feet away from you at this moment, and I'm just like, I looked at you and I like looked away. I'm like, I don't even like,
I didn't want to get upset because I'm like, this is my wedding. I'm not going to spend the day crying.
Right.
And when you're booking a destination wedding and you want to have it outside to begin with, this is kind of something that you're just going to have
Roll
to
with the punches.
deal with,
Right.
you know?
And the wedding planners there, and I know our experience. Alejandra was like, she was so reassuring. She's like, look, I'm right here on the weather. It's going to stop in like 5 minutes.
Yes.
We wipe down the chairs. The table covers are going to be a little wet. We hurry up. We get the dinner going. Boom, boom, boom. You're on the dance floor. Nobody even cares it's wet. And my one concern was just the floor. I'm like, are people going to slip? She's like, we are going to work on it. Yes, nobody should slip. It's not that kind of flooring, and we were like, okay.
When I did the introductions, I usually walk, now I'm covered, if you will, but it's still damp. When I tell you I like tiptoed, because all I pictured is my big ass busting my ass while I'm introducing you guys. I was like, no way will I allow this, or will I never hear the end of it?
Right.
Like, Flip will have, me as like a meme by sunrise tomorrow. So now it's 6:10. The rain stops. This massive boulder off your shoulder is there. Again,
After the rain stopped, it was perfect though.
Again, I quote this song that I love now, this Olivia Dean song that talk to me. Like every time I hear it on the radio now, I just see that picture that I'm blowing up of you guys up there.
Even your story too, you had that song. The
Right.
story was playing in the
That's
background.
that's what I think
And it
of
was
now.
like, we got a drink. She's like, you know what? Yeah, let's just roll with it.
Yeah, she said the rain's gonna stop. Just get a drink. It's fine. And then we were under the terrace when it stopped raining, and I think we were talking about like when we're gonna like set the fireworks off, whatever. And Alejandra says, "Stopped raining, guys." And then like we just like kept talking about the fireworks. She's like, "Guys, it stopped raining."
Right, like,
And we were like, "Oh my God, it stopped raining!" Like, and it was just like such a great feeling. Like
And
now
our
we can
guests were
have.
fine. They were under the gazebo just waiting patiently.
Yeah.
And some went and got drinks. And
I don't think, like, looking back now, again, do you want it to rain during right after your start? No. But I think it's the perfect story.
Yeah.
I think it's like, a little, right, like,
Yes, it was.
what's the line? Like, a little rain don't kill nobody or hurt nobody. Like, I just feel like it's not the same story if you don't have a little bit of rain. And like, again, it was like perfect. Like, again, would you wish it was 80 and sunny from sunrise to sunset? Sure.
Of course.
But like, it's not right. I mean, I already brought this up in the other pod. Okay, listen, you guys didn't have a bird strike on the way there like I did. So like that aspect was crazy. I still cannot believe it.
there was like 60 people on that plane. I'm like,
Yes.
well, what's the deal? And they're like,
I was the first one to text you though, right?
yeah, you were.
I'm texting them because other people are on this plane. Someone's going to tell them.
And my phone just boop, boop. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, so they apparently hit a bird strike and they're going to be a little delayed.
So the wedding was great. I hope you guys had fun because I had fun.
I had the best time.
Like, take your vest off. Like, get a little loose. You look like you're hot. I'm like, no way. This thing's staying on. I'm soaked under.
Right. You're like,
I'm like, I got pictures still. We're good. I'm all right.
Favorite moment of the night. What stands out?
Hmm.
Yeah, I want to hear both
Okay,
these individually.
so-
But
I wonder what yours is. Honestly, I feel like this moment kind of like set the tone for the night, but when you first announced us as Mr. and Mrs. Hoffman and everybody was cheering and the song we came out to, The Ordinary, that was like such a, like I play that like moment in my head like over and over again. Like that was such
I
a,
have
like,
goosebumps. So
that was a
It
great
was
moment.
awesome. It was.
Yeah.
That was a close two. My one was getting lifted up.
Oh, that was a good one.
Mr. Brightside. See, I know what song it is. So yeah.
And then they almost go to let us down and they pick us back up. And then we go and kiss. And it's right literally at the very line of that song. Started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? And I just remember being like,
Damn.
are you kidding me? Like, what is going on?
I
It was
literally have
perfect.
goosebumps,
It was
right?
perfect.
Oh, it's the
It was
best.
awesome.
That's cool. So when you're talking about, you mentioned Ordinary, you mentioned what the hell? Thank you.
How
Now,
did you forget that song?
right. But this just takes me side note because I'm ADHD and I'm all over the place. One of my favorite moments, and this is like so dumb and irrelevant, but you come up to me and you're like, I need headlines, Drake. And Corey's still DJing, and he tells me this on the dance floor. And in my head, I go, I'm not telling Corey. I'm just going to play it when I hop on because I know I'm getting on a little bit. And I don't even think it was 2 songs later, Headlines is playing, and I'm like, Brandon's like, yeah. And I'm like, I didn't even tell him, bro. I didn't even tell him. I promise. I didn't even tell him. I was going to play it myself. So
It was the music.
Oh, Corey killed it.
it was.
We were only off the dance floor literally 2 times. One, you were like, she was like venturing. I looked over and I'm like, oh, it's a good time to take a quick break. I'm like, go, because we made it. We told ourselves like that whole night we want to stay together. Obviously, as me and her, we tend to veer apart sometimes socially.
And listen, when it's all your people, like it's easy to get dragged apart.
And it was a little easier for them being there all weekend. Right. But I did sort of just kind of go around. Like at one point she went to the bathroom. I kind of just went around real quick. Just, oh yeah, you having fun? Everything good? Food good? Yeah, okay.
You know, you just hit something that's so powerful to me. So you did a first look. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I want to get back into that. I want to talk about Mary. But I always talk about first looks being so important because you want to be at the cocktail hour, if you will, and you want to get all your hellos and thank yous out of the way so you don't have to do it later. But you don't have to do that at all when you're on a destination wedding. You're with them all weekend. Like
we're there all weekend.
You didn't have to worry about goodbyes either. It's like everybody was kind of like, all right, as it was gone, was like, all right, what are we doing? Moon Lounge for the Birds game? Yeah, okay, see you. And I was like, I'll see you guys later.
I am so getting into that aspect.
It was so awesome.
Okay. All right. Now you mentioned it, I got to bring it up. Okay. So let's take into the fact that I'm a diehard Birds fan. I have season tickets and I see the schedule comes out and I see
you only go to primetime games.
Only go to primetime games. Okay. I sell them all or I do things with the business where I give things away. So I'm like, oh my God, it's Detroit Sunday night. And realistically, I don't remember. I think I booked with you before the schedule came out. So, okay. So when I see it, I'm like,
when it came out, I got like 6 text messages.
I'm shocked you didn't get 26. I can think of her like, you guys got to be kidding me. But here's the thing. I swear to God, I don't know if I should or shouldn't tell you this, but when I'm going Friday to Tuesday, I don't care when your wedding is. I don't know. My point is like, I didn't register that.
Correct.
I was missing primetime Detroit. I didn't realize your wedding was Sunday night. And I'm like, oh my God, it's during the Eagles game. Now, the greatest part of this whole story is I don't know if you did this either. Did you put the hour back in your head? Not until we got there.
No, I found out Sunday before at McDuff's. I was working.
Okay. So there's an hour difference.
And they're like, I'm like, no, it's the same time. We were just there in May. And my buddy's like, it's an hour behind. It's like an hour ahead. I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. We were there in May and there was no time change.
So with that being said, I'm so glad it wasn't a 1 o'clock or a 4 o'clock game. So are you. And the fact that
1 o'clock, she wouldn't have noticed, but
my point is you probably also would have had more people drinking earlier listen, we're on an all-inclusive resort, but Birds playing at 1 o'clock, it probably would have been more hammered people. But I think the timing couldn't be more perfect because everyone knew where they were going afterwards. It's a 4-quarter game, and realistically, the game started with 30 minutes left. And at that point, everyone's juiced full blast on the dance floor. And realistically, in other settings at home, and which is what I pictured Jill's thought process was, everyone's going to be glued to a phone, an iPad, not in the wedding.
Yeah.
They're just going to be glued to the game, which I really did think was going to happen.
I told you, but I was like, this is a warning from Jill, not from me. She wants no updates. And I don't even want an Eagles chant. I told everybody, I'm like,
what do they do at the end? They do the Eagles chant.
It was awesome.
At this point, first off, in my head, I honestly, I think I might even been part of this where I was like, you know what time it is? It's go time. And I'm like, oh, fuck. But what was I just going to say? Oh, I didn't tell Jill this, and it didn't even happen because it was so late of the game start. But we were in the pool earlier the day before or something. And I was like, listen, I said, I'm not going to say anything. We're not going to make any announcements, but everybody knows that DJ. And I'm like, every time they score, I'm just going to hit it. We're not going to say a word. And everyone's just going to know there was a score. and it was 0-0 by the time we got to the bar. It was crazy.
So we go back to the room. We're sweaty messes. We go back. We get changed in the comfier clothes. Boom. We shoot right down. We're walking down, and you know how the lobby's long. We get like, I don't even think even halfway down, and the only thing I hear is, yes. And she goes, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, everybody's amped up. We're gonna have a great night.
Like there's not anybody.
And they were only watching on one TV.
Until you came.
Until I got there and I gave them $60. I said, "You better put that on every TV."
Yeah,
and the guy was
seriously.
like, "Yes, Poppy, absolutely, Poppy."
Again, it like they won.
Yeah.
Like it was just like the icing on the cake. But all in all right, so is there anything changed? Is there any pet peeves?
No, actually, I don't think I would change anything.
I don't think so.
Which is
Maybe the specialty drink, but that would be another.
which is the absolute most minor detail of the day.
She wanted the spicy jalapeno margarita, and we get the first one. She's like, "This is spicy," and they were like, "Yeah." And she's like, she looks right at me and goes, "It's not spicy." I'm like, "They're making it in a giant batch. I don't know."
Right.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Whatever, I don't care." And we were just, I mean, you don't even drink, and you did the shot with me.
And I'm saying this on a podcast as I never drink ever at weddings. We do change it a little bit on a destination wedding aspect, but
It was a different feel too.
of course.
We've been
But-
boys forever.
Years. I think it's crazy that you guys come on here, and again, we had a little rain from the ceremony, but you take that out of the equation and you don't change anything. Like that's crazy.
I actually am happy that we moved the ceremony from the beach to the gazebo because I noticed, like, especially when we went to our honeymoon, the beach ceremonies, the wind, the bride's hair and dress and everything is just going.
Talking into a microphone, wind is not the
Yeah.
same. Like there's a lot of
I was like, you know
aspects.
what? I'm actually really happy that
I mean, we could have used a little breeze in that gazebo,
in the
but
gazebo, we were able to put all of the decorations like in the gazebo, like everything looked great. So I was actually happier that it was there versus the beach.
I think it was perfect.
you didn't have to walk it. You didn't have to worry about the sand and someone like.
Yeah.
I mean, she wasn't going to wear shoes like anyway walking down, but
Yeah.
it was.
It was great.
I just thought of something. Let's go back. What is your mindset when you hear daddy on the because the best part was you're looking at her, but then you like freeze and you look like where the DJ is because you hear the music or the
My heart
sound.
was.
I
thought I got all the hard stuff out of the way. So like, I didn't realize this. I wake up in the morning. I had a whole game plan. I go to the gym. I get a little workout in. I kind of just kill the day. Go eat something. I go into the gym, had an awful workout. Okay. Then I go to the buffet. I can't eat. And I'm like, oh my God, like what the hell's going on with me?
Nervous.
Like then I realized that I was like very anxious. Like I couldn't really drink.
right. You just wanted to get to 5 o'clock.
I think I had a little glass of champagne and like a beer. And I'm like, yeah, I just want to I want to see her. Like
Right.
like I'm not even being like corny, like my best friend. Like I'm just ready. I'm ready for this first look. I'm ready to get this going.
So that's a reason why we wanted to do the first look, to kind of get some of those like nerves out of the way, because we knew when we saw each other when I was walking down the aisle that we would be emotional, but I feel like seeing each other before that helped a lot.
I think it's massive.
Until I was standing there at the ceremony, and then all the emotions
before you say it,
flying back.
Before you say it,
Got a
she calls me, we talk about this, and I'm like, you're gonna do yo, first off, you posted that. I didn't know you posted audio to it.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought it was a screenshot, and then like I've reposted it, and it wasn't until like 12 hours later I'm like, oh shit, it's the actual like part of it. But like I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, first off, I've never been an emotional person in my life. I have a kid. I'm a different person. I've been a sap. I'm emotional. I don't have a daughter, bro. So I couldn't even imagine that. I'm like this with my boy, and like my girl doesn't get it as like my kid's 6. Like it's going to be weird in 5 years when he's like 11, 12. Like we're not like, but like a daughter, you have that a little bit longer. So I say my days are numbered because like my cuddle days are over soon. But in my head, I'm like, they're going to do a first look. If he gets any emotions out, if you want to read anything and got to blow a little dust off of it because it's been written for 6 years, etc. That was awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
But
It was very hysterical.
I loved seeing that. But my point is, I figured in your mind, you got it all out of the way beforehand. So I knew she was doing you dirty in so many words, as much as
Biggest
I love
concern was praying that the rain would just be quick and leave.
it. Right.
And I'm just standing there and I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden the music stops and I'm like, oh, they're changing songs.
Daddy,
Hey,
it's
Daddy.
me.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
And respectfully, like, you don't even have to tell me if you care or not, because I hope you don't. But like, in my head, I always try to respect the couple's wishes of like, put your fucking phones away.
Oh yeah.
And like, and in the moment, I'm like, I'm a vendor. This is different. And I'm like, but like in my head, I didn't get, and I don't know if I showed it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll show you. But like, I caught you. I wish I got the first response. I got like the 3rd second of it where you're like getting it together. But I was like, as soon as I feel like in the moment myself, I'm like trying to make sure the planner like ran over to Corey about something, and I was like, I can tell the next 2 people to walk down. You're fine. Like, go talk to Corey, whatever you needed. And then in that moment, like, she was next. And I look at her and I'm like, fuck, and I hear it. I'm like, and I saw you, but I didn't get it. I was
like,
mad.
you gotta be kidding me. I thought I was done with all this.
Yeah, it was awesome. And again,
And I'm like
I talked
looking
about
around,
it.
everyone's staring at me. Like half the crowd, half the guests are all like getting emotional with me because they see me. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, is this really happening?
I couldn't
I had no
imagine.
tissue on me, no nothing. It's just rolling down my cheek. I'm like, all right. And then the best part is when she finally walks up, her and her cousin, and my niece, and I go to give her a hug, and she goes, ugh, and walks away from me. I'm like, you know what? That's exactly how that should go.
That's
yeah,
all.
that
Right,
makes sense.
right.
Yeah,
Literally, like,
that makes sense. I'm up here crying, emotional. This would be a great moment.
right.
No, Dad, I don't want to give you a
Right.
hug. Okay.
Shoulder. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just the backstory. You guys were going to do a first dance. She was going to do Lily's 4?
Yeah, she's 4.
4. So she was going to do a dance with Dad, and then Mom was going to join in, kind of thing we said we were going to do. And now that I replay it in my head, I almost wish that maybe I didn't make it such a, hey, everybody, look at Live and Get, which,
I mean, how could you know?
right. But in hindsight now, but for you guys,
I think she was already decided against
and
it.
that's my,
Yeah.
and that at that point, it was immediately out. But so many other people might have, I don't want to say caused the scene, but like pushed her, made her, now 180 eyes are on her. And like within seconds, you're like, it's cool. We're just going to ship it and we go.
Like,
And it was perfect. So like, again, I feel like that's what you got.
Even though it felt like 7 minutes.
Right. Of like rubbing her like back or like, come on, you got this. Right. But again, it was awesome.
I just wanted to be a little special moment, but it's not
Sure.
a big deal. It is.
Harry handled it very well. He said, all right,
Next.
we're going to come back to that later.
Whatever was next, we're like, let's do. Guys, like I said, everything about it was awesome. I just, even for our aspect of things, like the weekend was great. The people service, and it's so wild to me that of the 2,000, probably more, resorts in Mexico and the Caribbean, I got to be a part of 2 destination weddings to 2 places I've already been to, which is like astronomical.
That's funny.
But shout out to the Hard Rocks. Like, I really enjoyed my experience at both of them. Like, it was great. Both Hard Rocks I went to this summer.
When we booked all the flights, I made a little joke with Melissa, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, here's Liv's flight information home and all too, because she was flying back with her sister. And I'm like, oh, and Liv said that she wants to get picked up in a limo, and
yeah,
Champagne,
awesome.
and Liv's leaving the airport, headed to an all-inclusive resort at 4 years old, riding in a limo, drinking juice boxes. We're blasting all her music because we're not listening to anything.
And Melissa made that happen. She's great.
Yeah. Melissa really pushed that through.
And you know what's great too? That this is something that bothers me, and my kids just turned 6 last week. And I think to myself, like, I want to spoil him. I want to show him the world. And it kills me that how many of these adventures is he going to remember? Now, this is your
Right.
wedding. She's 4.
Yeah.
She'll probably remember. But realistically,
Mhm.
and not to like crush your souls, she probably remembers that ride more than your wedding.
No,
And that's what's awesome, because you want her to take a core memory of
Yeah.
something. So that makes it
I asked her, we said we were going on a car ride the other day, and she's like, okay. And then she goes, are we going back to the Hard Rock? And I'm like, no, we're not going.
That's my kid who like, hey, can we go to the Borgata? I'm like, bro, you're 4. Let's stop talking about this. Like,
She's like, yeah, but I thought you said there was one in the city too. And I'm like, no, that's a restaurant. We're not going out to eat
Right,
either.
right,
Like, we're not doing
right,
that either.
right.
But no, when she got in the limo, she was looking around and she said, "Mommy, I'm so lucky." And I was just like she's like so grateful.
We're in.
I'm putting her wedding dress in the limo and all with the bags, and I come in and she's like, kind of like teary eyed and like smiled. I'm like, what happened? She's like,
This is
"She's so
perfect."
lucky." Like, and I'm like, well, Liv made this happen because I'm basically.
So it's funny you say this, because I went to my kid's school this morning for like a parent teacher meeting, and like in the hallway, there's like blown up pictures of their face with a turkey body.
I saw
And if you saw what it said,
the truth.
it said, "I'm thankful for the trips I take." And I was like, and again, he's 6 and a spoiled kid. He's been to Mexico, Punta Cana, and the Bahamas, and he's 6 years old. And it kills me that he might not remember most of these trips. So 6-year-old Harry writing, "I'm thankful for the trips I take," was like such a
Right.
big
It
thing.
makes it all worth it.
Right, facts. Last but not least, guys, 2 things. One, and again, we're talking to Jill realistically, but what do you tell a bride if it's you doing this all over again tomorrow? Where do you start besides calling Melissa the wedding?
Call
phone?
Melissa ASAP.
Okay.
I will say you have to be okay with people not coming. That like you can't expect everybody to come. I mean, we did have a lot of people last minute kind of like back out, and you can't take it personal. If you're gonna do a destination wedding, you can't take it personal.
I think that's a great point.
And you have to be okay with change. It rained and I was so upset, but for the welcome party, but you just have to like that is always going to be a thought in the back of your mind. You need to have a
Has to
backup
be,
plan.
right.
Yeah.
Curious, and I'm assuming the answer is yes, but if it was winded up being like them Saturday weddings were probably outside and some of them had drapes and lighting, is that stuff, even though you weren't getting it for your outside, is that stuff they could have all accommodated and you could have bought or added to your bill night of?
I think I don't know about adding on bill wise. I'm sure
I mean, you assume if they have it.
they were saying too, we could have traded in like the bistro lights by the sax pool for
the drapes.
For drapes. Now, but everything we did for the welcome party, we didn't go above and beyond. Besides the sound,
There wasn't really no.
we had the
reason
bistro
to.
lights, which we actually they're like mandatory because it's dark out
Right,
there.
right.
And then we had just a little bit of centerpieces, which I was and then our love sign,
The love sign, yeah.
which I'm
Which
doing
was
a
cool for
wheelie to in
picture.
front of. Yeah.
So awesome. We're definitely putting that. We're definitely putting that photo in this one of the clips. I'm trying to
I
think.
thought everyone had a good time at the welcome party, despite it all.
I just think it. I also think you guys. I think you guys were great about it too, though. Like, there's no expectations. Come, get some food, get some drinks. You don't gotta stay all night. Do you like, whatever? Make it what it was. But again, I really think the way you guys handled it was awesome. Just because.
Yeah, I was telling people already all week about even the welcome party. I'm like, because people were saying about restaurants and they wanted to go here and they want to go out. I'm like, feel free to go out like before.
Right.
You can come late, you can come, it doesn't matter. Like,
Which that's literally what we did. We went to the hibachi for dinner before we went there.
Yeah.
I didn't know what food was. I've already been there. I knew the hibachi place was banging. So
because we had so many rooms, they threw in an extra 4-hour event with food.
right. Which again,
So we essentially just had to pay for decorations and like stuff like that.
something me and Corey talked about, even like with the music, of like keeping it more low key, not trying to overdoing it kind of thing. And
We did a ton of pictures at the welcome party. That was nice too. Got a lot of family in there.
see, again, you're just making me love more ideas of like things you didn't have to do the night of your wedding. Like, I can't tell you how many times I see couples, and this is why I push that first look so much, but the hellos and thank yous take so much time, and people come. The worst part is when they come to your reception, and this isn't necessarily destination, but they come to the ceremony, they're at cocktail, they're at formalities and stuff. They've been there 3 hours. They haven't even said hi to you yet. If you're not at that cocktail hour doing that first look. So I just feel like that's so massive for people. But I don't want to say that you have to be rude to your guests at your wedding, but like realistically, you don't got to give them 0 time because you got 3 days, 4 days to do it.
Hey, we hung out a little bit at the wedding, took some pictures. I was more breathing wise. We were like, let's step out real quick.
Yeah, it got hot on the dance floor.
I haven't said this in a couple episodes, but hashtag wedding Irish exit. Like, I hate watching people go up to couples and say bye when they're vibing on the dance floor. And again, this is something else that you don't have to worry about. They're either right, like they're coming to the after party, they're gonna see you tomorrow at the pool bar, whatever the case may be. Like, it's just lots of pros on the destination aspect of things.
Yeah.
Before we end, I want to talk about one more thing, unless you guys have any other things that you could bring up. But I want to talk about your experience with Mary, because I know you gave high praise. And, you know, this is our 3rd wedding. We're doing destination. We're doing another one in January. It's also a Hard Rock company, Unico. It's one of the Hard Rock properties. It's in Riviera Maya. But your wedding was the first where we did DJ and photo. And again, I think it's a no-brainer to bring the DJ to the wedding more than the photographer, if you will. But when we talk about any pre-conversations here before leaving and talking to I don't want to say a local, but like versus someone that lives in another country and understands trends, vibes, maybe understands your thoughts, visions a little bit more, but then coming day of and being there for the weekend, again, getting them pictures in for the welcome party and stuff, that you were eliminated things for the day of the wedding.
Yeah.
You get kind of like, I know it sounds like mean, but you get like double the bang for your buck. You like
Facts.
You get like I even asked Mary at one point, like, hey, if you're just like bored on Saturday day, do you mind? I'm being so honest. I was like, do you care if you go by the pool bar and just shoot some pictures of everyone hanging out the pool? Because I think it was just awesome. Like, it was just a great. But no, it was Mary and Jill came up with the entire schedule. Like, Mary's like, all right, so this is what the plan is.
Yeah,
you should get your hair done by here. Brandon's going to start getting dressed here. I got haircuts in the morning. She's like, you're going to be done at 12. You're going to be here. You're going to get this. And I mean, I didn't have to like, I just kept going, okay, 3:00. She told me I have to be ready for the first look. Okay, cool.
And the resort is massive. And she, leading up to the wedding day, scoped out, all right, we're going to do the first look here. We're going to do bridal party photos here. We're going to do family portraits here. Like, she was just very organized and, you know.
And accommodating, because we're going to keep it close for her. So that way she's not walking around the entire resort in a wedding dress. So
yeah. So it was very hot.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
Again, like, I'm always going to say, like, bring the vendors, if you will, if it makes sense. And realistically, like, numbers, money, what you guys spent, I just try to land the plane people so much that you're spending thousands of dollars. Peace of mind day of is everything.
I agree with that.
You know, good.
And so I joined like a bunch of like Hard Rock Punta Cana bride like Facebook groups where everybody's saying like their experience with photography, and I will say not many brides were happy with the photographer that was at the resort. And it's hard because like you can't reshoot that day, so I definitely wasn't taking any chances. And
now I'm thinking too, the one thing I would change about it would maybe get a videographer, just for some parts. But other than that, no, I thought it was amazing. She had her sister come for the first look to get a video of it because
they had something.
Yeah,
sure.
No, I think money wise, because like even if you did want to shoot or even a DJ for both nights, like we did rented sound equipment for both nights. We went, I guess, down. Was it the same setup for both? No, we went like a smaller package for the welcome party because we were just doing just very. It was really background. Yeah, exactly. And then, which was a plus though, because I'm not saying that we saved money by bringing you, but I could say, hey, I want no repeats. I don't have to worry about, you know what I mean? One guy coming on a Saturday and the other guy coming on a Sunday.
Culture. It's that simple.
Mary got along with everybody.
Mary's a ringleader.
Mary was awesome.
Is, I talk about, you got to like their work, obviously, but I literally say it's only half of what you're booking. Being fun, upbeat, spunky, and being able to whoop your friends and family's ass in the shape to get some pictures done in a timely fashion is everything. And, P.S. before I forget, I need a Google review. Thank you very much.
Yes, you got it.
But I was just going to say, no, but like, that's what people say in the reviews. Like, it's so important. And that's why I think Mary gets the praise.
And Mary got our preview back.
While you're on the plane, I love.
While we were on the plane on our way home.
I'll get it to you in a week. And it was Sunday night or Monday. And I'm like, we're going to be still in Punta Cana because we went there for the honeymoon.
Right.
And
he was on point with the time too. Like we were able to take breaks because, like I said, it was very hot. I was like, I need to stand in the AC. She said, I built an extra time. So yeah, we weren't like late,
I should make sure she included everyone. Like she got a picture of even me, and it's my brother-in-law, but he was the barber. Yeah.
Someone said something. They're like, bro, they flew out the barber too. And then someone told me it was your family. Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, damn, dude, no joke. A couple people were like, damn, he flew out his barber
That's what Mary
too.
said.
Yeah.
It was my brother-in-law. Sorry.
That's awesome.
And we threw him a couple of dollars too, but he was great. And he styled everybody's hair.
Yeah.
He did almost a full haircut on 2 people.
The freshiest day off is clutch.
That helped me, even though it was hot.
It's just, again, another 30 minutes of killing some time when you got a big day.
And it like took my mind off things because I was very
anxious. There's nothing wrong. Listen, and going back to first look, you guys get to be with each other 2 more hours on your wedding day.
Yeah.
So just as far as like the timing of it, but right, if you're getting up at 7, 8 o'clock and you got to wait 8 hours, you're like, what am I doing all day? And I mean, for us, same aspect. Like I'm watching football, but I'm literally like sitting there. I'm like, I just want to go already. And it's just like once we're there, and for me as the vendor aspect, I just want to get to like. For the first time in public, I don't even I want ceremony and cocktail over. I just want to get to the intros and get to the party. Right. Because then it's just a party.
Oh, I did think of, sorry, I thought of
please.
one more thing, like
Please.
tips for destination brides. If you're able to go to the resort before your wedding, I highly recommend it because like I said, I thought I wanted like an indoor reception, and when I got there, that's not what I wanted at all. I wanted it outdoor. I also got to have my hair and makeup trial while we were there.
That's cool.
Which is important. I'm very picky when it comes to hair and makeup, and I wasn't crazy about Hard Rock's salon that they had. So it was a vendor that came from Punta Cana, but to the resort. She was like a preferred vendor.
Right.
Trial went great, and then booked her for the wedding. So definitely, if you can go to the resort, make the trip.
I'm in every Facebook bride group you can think of, and I don't know why before you and Melissa added me to that group, and I'm like, wow, duh, why wouldn't there not be a Facebook bride group for this? So she added me to this, and I've been like tagged in 2 posts already, and I'm like, please let us go back. The Facebook groups are so and listen, we get so much referrals from like, there's a Facebook group called Philly Brides that we just crush and get so many referrals in, but they could have the best promo videos, they could talk the best game in the sales meeting, but none of that shit means anything like the experience and the actual words from former brides that just experienced it, etc. And again, especially when you're talking about, and I've noticed something in this group that I've only been in for a couple of weeks, but like the couple posts, I know you commented it, but they were from like Jersey, New York, this area. So like, again, the common denominator of like, people that get married, people that are from Milwaukee that go to the Caribbean, is going to be a different vibe than the Northeast PA Jersey market, if you will. So I really think it's just screams, look at them outside vendors, and I think this becomes a trend.
Yeah.
I definitely 110% agree on bringing your vendor with you.
Amen.
The DJ, You get a personal vibe. They know you. They know the music.
They're looking right at the camera. I love it.
And the photographer gets to know you too. And we're easy to shoot, but Mary is amazing.
So what you're trying to say is bring us for a photo.
Yeah, go to In the Mix. I don't even know why. Maybe get Corey. Corey's the
DJ,
best. Corey was
photo.
another happy accident too.
I love it.
Yeah.
But a very
Yeah.
I feel like the whole wedding where he had happy accidents. The
Right.
gazebo, happy
It
accident.
all worked out.
Yeah.
The happy accidents is again, even the rain during the ceremony, like you roll with the punches and you just got to go with it.
Sometimes you're about to start a podcast or end the podcast and a fire alarm goes off. Sometimes it's
Crazy. Guys, listen, I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you getting stuck in traffic on your way here. A fire alarm going off when you guys get it. Appreciate it. And listen, both rocking In the Mix, old school versus new school. This isn't even live yet. By the time you guys' episode is on, it'll be out. Seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart for bringing me to another country, trusting in me and my team to be there. And again, talking about your kid and core memories. This is a core memory for this 41-year-old guy because it was a time of times, and I'm so appreciative.
2009. I told you were doing my wedding.
Dude, it's so
and
crazy.
I did not disappoint,
I
did
love
I?
it. It's the greatest thing ever.
So crazy.
And people don't understand when I say, like, you know, this business is my baby and I've been planting seeds for years, but like you really hit the nail on the head.
And then you
it
did
15
my
years
cousin's
ago.
wedding. And
Yeah.
then I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, you're still doing my wedding. And I think
Yeah.
then I said,
You did.
just a heads up.
you did. And that was
It
the
might
first
be
time I ever
destination.
met. That was the
I
first
said, it
time.
really might be destination. You're like, it might be my last one, but okay, we'll see.
Here you
I was
go.
like, all right, we'll see.
It's crazy. All right, let's go to bed. I appreciate you guys coming on. Appreciate your time. And thanks for being part of the mix behind the mic. We're out of here.